Welcome to the absolute beginning. Before our universe existed, there was an absolute absence of time, space, and matter. For centuries, humanity looked at the night sky and assumed the cosmos was eternal and unchanging. But modern astrophysics tells a completely different story, one that mirrors ancient spiritual metaphors in ways that are frankly mind-blowing. NASA's WMAP and Planck satellites confirm that roughly 13.8 billion years ago, everything in existence emerged from a singularity. Space and time did not exist before this moment, they were created by it. T0, the initial singularity, the birth of space and time. Now, listen to how the 7th century text, Nahjul Balagha, written by Imam Ali, describes this initial spark. He initiated creation most initially and commenced it originally, without undergoing reflection. He allotted all things their times, put together their variations, gave them their properties. Both modern physics and ancient scripture agree. The laws of nature and the fabric of time were instantaneously initiated from a state of complete non-existence. The universe didn't blast into space. Rather, space itself expanded exponentially. 1,400 years ago, the Quran described this violent separation of early cosmic matter using the Arabic terms ratq and fatq. But it doesn't stop at the initial blast. In 1929, Edwin Hubble discovered that galaxies are moving away from us. The universe is still stretching. The Quran explicitly states, "And the heaven we built with strength, and indeed we are its expander." The text uses a dynamic active participle, musiun, meaning continuous, ongoing expansion, a direct 7th century parallel to Hubble's law. Before stars could shine, the universe was a scorching, opaque plasma soup of quarks and gluons. Because free electrons constantly scattered light, the cosmos was entirely dark, a thick, particle-laden fog. How do you explain a hot, opaque, fluid plasma to an audience living in the ancient Arabian desert? You use natural, allegorical vocabulary. The Quran describes this phase perfectly. Then he directed himself to the heaven while it was smoke. And Nahjul Balagha adds a brilliant fluid dynamic metaphor. He flowed into it water whose waves were stormy and whose surges leapt one over the other. Then he ordered the wind to raise up deep waters and to intensify the waves. To a modern astrophysicist, water perfectly captures the dense, highly fluid behavior of the early plasma under extreme gravitational forces, while smoke is a scientifically flawless analog for an opaque, light-blocking cosmic fog. As the universe cooled, a phase called recombination began. The uniform plasma started to separate, clumping into neutral atoms. This is where matter separated from radiation, forming the seeds of the first galaxies. Imam Ali used a stunning culinary and natural metaphor to explain this phase transition. So the wind churned it like the churning of curd and pushed it fiercely into the firmament, till its level was raised and the surface was full of foam. That foam on the turbulent cosmic ocean, those are the primordial gas clouds clumping together under the weight of gravity. Today, NASA's James Webb telescope looks back at this invisible architecture, the cosmic web. Galaxies are strung along vast filaments, held together completely by gravity and dark matter. Look at the sky. There are no physical pillars holding it up. As the Quran notes, it is Allah who raised the heavens without pillars that you can see. Finally, after millions of years of darkness, gravity pulled those gaseous clumps into nuclear fusion. The universe lit up. This was the cosmic dawn, the birth of the first stars, which forged the heavy elements that eventually made our Earth, our oceans, and us. Both the scriptural and scientific timelines match with stunning chronological precision. First, the singularity. Then, the expansion. Next, the smoky plasma phase. Then, the structural clumping via invisible forces. And only then, the ignition of the stars, the sun, and the moon. When we swap ancient allegory for modern physics, we find that science and spirituality aren't always speaking different languages. Sometimes, they're just telling the exact same story. Thank you so much for watching. This video was presented by gotolearning.ai. If you loved exploring the fascinating intersection of science and history today, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Remember, read, learn, grow, Go to learning.ai.